you won't know who I am from what you perceive, but then you will receive a glimpse of who I am, and then you'll believe and have a life of peace, because your soul is at ease. You see, our source is the essence from which this world is conceived, which means that we were here before the bird and the bees. Now if you have not guessed, I am eternity. But now if you have guessed, and you guessed correctly, that simply means we share the same destiny. To realize we are the God and Trinity that is talked about in Christianity. Now some will say that vanity, or go as far as insanity. It's because they believe in Western theology, but as for we see, we choose ancient Kemetic philosophy. Not to say that's the only path to immortality. That's the path for we, this life you see, as we devote our life to helping others be free, so they in turn can reach their full divinity. And this is done because of the he and I, and the I and he. Peace and wholeness.
All right. Peace and wholeness. It's up and wholeness to all. Just looking to get this other camera up and running, but it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. You know, every now and again there's a little, there we go. Just a little brighter view. Just a little brighter view, darling. Yes, all right. So here we are with a brighter view. Getting it in. Welcome, Soulful Sundays, baby. Live and direct. And once again, Soulful Sundays is a gathering at that 11 o'clock hour, either online or in person here at Temple Mother Earth, where the discussion is, generally speaking, religion from a science and religion from a spiritual perspective. You know, we say, generally speaking, from my Emmett perspective, this is, sponsored in part by the Indigenous Cultural University, the ICU. Yours truly, the dean of the ICU. The ICU is about educating, university educating one on the indigenous perspective of the all, including self, God, the universe, nature, things like that. And so, being raised in Christianity, we take this hour, use this portal, this religious portal, to again look at Christianity from maybe more of a Hermetic Christianity perspective, as if God is on the inside. That's what Yeshua, Jesus Christ, said. God is on the inside. Connect with him, and you should do greater things, and not worry about nothing, because everything will be added to you. So here we are, Soulful Sundays, and we will generally do a sound collage. However, the only one present at the moment in the physical form, so it's a solo. Nache, right on. Amen, Nache. And we seal this experience and open at the same time with our invocation breaths. Sound vibration, the sound of the singing bowl, the frequencies vibrating, purifying, cleansing, and opening the portal directly to source. Not passing gold, not collecting $200. As we breathe into the now, just to settle our inner chi, settle our vibration, to settle into all there is, all that was, and all that ever shall be in this present moment. Aho, Ache, right on. What's happening? What is happening? What is happening? Everything and nothing at the same time from the I emit perspective. That's right. And we're getting the Instagram pulled up because we go live on Instagram too. We're getting a little bit more smoother in a certain sense. With the broadcasting now, we have 2 devices. So I remember to have both of them set up already, so we ain't got to go set stuff up. Once the broadcast has begun. Now only to find our going live on the computer. We know we do like this. No. All right. Next best thing, we have a backup here. I guess it would have to hit go live on Instagram. All right. Again, it's one of the secrets of or drawbacks, as you say, of doing everything yourself. The producer, the director, the facilitator, the audience, everything. Nonetheless, on the more, we wear many hats, we have many gifts, all of us do. So, this is what we do. This is what my person does. So, Soulful Sundays. We do have a general topic at hand that speaks about family. And, maybe before we get off into that discussion, or at least ask the question. So I did see Precious Mother Love earlier today, who mentioned that she would be coming on. So I'm not sure what the hold up on that end is. Oh, okay. Says I'm exhausted and ate something that is disagreeing with my tummy, causing okay, yeah. So she says she ate something and is and is not up to the best because of what she's eating. So the chance she may not be joining this broadcast. But we'll see. So with that being said, it may be looking like it will be a very short broadcast. Unless somebody pop on some interesting questions. Or unless my person just getting the flow and just start talking from the portal. As I say, generally speaking, my person has never lost words per se. And just another attempt at this Instagram. I guess we'll just wait and see what happens on that. Until then, let's see, maybe it's in the create live video. Nope, that's not it either. All right. So one thing my person has learned, and it is the transition to that, if something is too challenging, then maybe we should just let it go. So we're letting it go and see what happens. All right, so let's see. Maybe we go with the just get right up into it. And so we go with it's a family thing you wouldn't understand. It's a family thing you wouldn't understand. It's a family thing that you wouldn't understand. So, how did this family thing come about? Well, generally, as one who practices what it preaches, but God on the inside. Seek ye first, talk to God on the inside. You know all that you need to know. Firsthand. Not the middleman, but from the first hand, from God's mouth. The horse's mouth, they say from God's mouth. And that's what happens. It's something comes and talk to the inside. We don't be asking. We just say, so let's talk about this on Sunday. Then we let it set a day or two and see if it comes back, and and that's how we come up with it. Just one topic and see where it goes. And today it is family. It's a family thing you want to understand. And the questions are, who is family? Why are they your family? What are the benefits, if any, of having this family relationship? And what did Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, what does he say about family? Or what is said in the Bible about family, specifically Yeshua? Well, so personally, let's really get comfortable here, share our story on family. Family, interesting. So let we start from our earliest experience with family, and then to what we begin to identify, label that experience as, and how has it shifted since then. Sounds like a very good way of approaching this. So, growing up, grandma, for most of the time growing up, lived with grandma, mom, oldest of four of us from mom. Mom had four offsprings. So yours truly is the oldest, and we're generally about 5 years apart. And a lot of times mom would work nights, so we have our own place to get a house, something like that for a little while, and then at some point move back in with grandma, for whatever various reasons over the years. And so family, personally, was growing up with in a very feminine environment. Only masculine energies as far as family was an older cousin. We weren't that really close. And there was a younger cousin, was a female, Erica. So we were very close. And don't talk about this a lot. So as we're sharing the story of family, because this depth didn't come up, but because we're holding space and we're here, we just shared our story as early as we recall it right now off the cuff. And yes, very definitely a feminine environment. And so one of the things, even though down south there tends to be a lot of generally speaking, a lot of emphasis on family. We cut for each other, blood, thicker than water, even people do things as generally speaking, their character may be unacceptable, or behavior may be something that you may not choose to be friends with a person, but because they're family, we tend to tolerate them. So even though that's because of their family, and we want the best, and there's certain things they say we can fight amongst each other, but nobody can come outside and fight you. But We can argue this, that, and the other, but we stand together against everybody else. So these are some concepts that come up about family, specifically, down south, and what my person was used to hearing. However, as it looks back vibrationally, even though there was a lot of love in the family, a lot of community, family reunions, homecomings, gatherings, things like that, didn't feel a lot of, let's say, gotta do it. It was more so because like that peer pressure, because people say you gotta do these things. My person didn't feel as though it had to be a certain way with family, but did it because they society or it's what it was expected. So, which actually makes a lot of sense because my person was different. It thought different. It says that today it says it's the black sheep of the black sheep. Growing up, it was some of the black sheep. On two fronts. One, because we thought different, and because of certain traumas, wasn't able to embrace our differentness and stand up and be different and say, be different, this, that, and the other. We kind of fell in line with being different. The peer pressure. And since my person wasn't able to express its uniqueness, it chose to, through the peer pressure, just act out in mischievous ways, getting in trouble and things like that. So again, this was the dynamic as it looked at family is more of maybe more of an obligation, something you got to deal with, just something to deal with, something you got to deal with these people, like family. So it really wasn't until leaving, a few years after leaving home, as they say, because of his experiences, joined the Navy, wanted to just get away. Two reasons: one, to get away from the traumas, get away from, just want to just leave and just get away from that environment. And two, to show family, to show the world, to show family that, hey, I can make it. I am somebody. And so left, joined the Navy, and a few years, for the first year or two, came home on a regular basis. But then after about 2 years being in the Navy, for various reasons, got out of the Navy. It was a discharge. It wasn't a dishonorable, but it was called a general discharge under honorable conditions. Then after that point, grandma was like, "Oh, you're coming back home?" It was like, no, because we didn't want to come back to that environment, to be honest. So we decided to stay in Washington, D.C. This was in 1991. 91. Decided to stay in no, 93. Got out of the Navy in March, the spring, like March of 93. Got out, decided to stay in D.C. And because it was at the time, still chocolate city for the most part. It was very chocolate city. And loved the environment. And that's when didn't know it at the time what was beginning to connect with spiritual family or was looking for spiritual family. Again, it just happened to be that way. Friends, people associated with, there was such a strong connection. We operated as family, but again, didn't per se labored as spiritual family, this, that, and the other. And it wasn't until, let's see, when did this whole concept of family really start to shift? Yeah, it's definitely on this spiritual journey of again coming called ascension. At some point, right? Just understanding, this is personal understanding of perspective on reality, on the so-called creation, God and all these things. Looking at God and family. So my person took the perspective that if everything comes from source, then everything is connected because everything is related. Everything is related because everything comes from source. This is actually part of the Ma'at concept that a lot of people in the so-called conscious community may speak about Ma'at, Ma'at, or they may make reference to the declarations of my aunt. I have not. Generally, the confessions of my aunt is you state what you have not done. I have not done this. I have not done that. I have not. I have not. I have not. And so, in the process of stating I have not, why are we doing that? And what we're suggesting is when we make those statements is that I have not done anything to violate self outside of self. Because my aunt has a fundamental principle that everything my aunt has a fundamental understanding of awareness that everything in creation is connected. There's an interconnectedness and interdependence and interconnectedness of everything in creation. So with my aunt, and again, someone who's a student of the Kemetic philosophy, things like that, it embraces that. And so personally, who is family? Everything in creation. Everything in creation. Everything in creation. Everything in creation, personally. And why is that? Again, because my person knows that everything in creation came from the same source. If it comes from the same source, we have the same creator, same parent. So we're all siblings in a sense. Again, this is personal. Personal. So what did Yeshua, Jesus, say about family? He said one of the things, there was a story, he was teaching or preaching or doing something. I think the man when Lazarus died, transition. He says his mother and brother came, to get him, and he was the teacher doing this thing. The disciple says, "Hey, yo, yay, 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 Yeshua, yay, your mother and your brothers outside. They want to say something about Lazarus or something. He ain't doing too well." He was like in the middle of this thing. He was like, yo. And then he kind of switched up. This is a good opportunity to share some light. In fact, who is my mother, my brother, and my sister? Who is my family? And he simply said, those are the will of my Father, right? Hence, spiritual family, because generally the spiritual family is the family that you're on a spiritual journey together. You see things spiritually, you look to operate in a higher vibration, from a spiritual place. Bringing the spiritual realm or heaven to earth, spiritual family, those who are bringing heaven to earth, being a manifestation of being God-like, bringing heaven to earth, spiritual family. That's what Yeshua said. And he also spoke about, what did he say? Or reminded us that in the scripture says, man shall leave his mother and father. Talking about getting a wife. And, when you get a wife, then it says the twain shall become one. The two shall become one. So the two become one. Right? So family, in a sense, the essence of family, it seems though, would be unity. Although in society, ironically enough, it seems as though there's a lot of disunity / dysfunction in family. But we're speaking more so about the theory based upon just the concept, again, from the Bible and just from common sense, family. So again, with this family, we say, wait a minute. If the man and woman become one, so that's family. So family are those that share a common unity, a common bond, and such that you operate as one unit. You operate as one unit. So that's another aspect of family. So, hence being equally yoked. Equally yoked. So if you have the equally yoked, we relate, we vibe together, we resonate. We operate as one. We have our relationship is of oneness because we see things, even though we disagree, but we come into a consensus. We agree to disagree because we operate as one. That's family. So the first family is similar to be with self. Because even in with our own beingness, kind of going off here a little bit, we'll bring it back in. My person sees those 7 major energy centers: throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, the 7 major chakras. It has several analogies that are used for these. One is these are the 7 lieutenants of the space ship. Right now it's a space suit, but the 7 lieutenants, we reconfigure and reverse osmosis this thing to convert the space suit to a spaceship. 7 lieutenants. 7 lieutenants also, the 7 major chakras, also my person's imaginary friends. So my person has personified these 7 major energy centers using the deities of Kemet with the Kemetic tree of life. For example, throat chakra. This is our 5th lieutenant. Goes by the name of Sebek. Also our imaginary friend, that deals with the planet Mercury in communication, and intellect and thinking, things like this. So have a whole science and modality on these 7 major energy centers, right? So again, just want to go up on a little bit of side note there on these energy centers and chakras, and don't want to get too far because sometimes we lose our place when we start talking. Go out and come back. Anyway, we're talking about family. So this is the talking about the inner body. We can even look at the organs, because with the throat chakra, you got the lungs, the heart, the liver, the 3rd chakra. So even these 7 major energy centers have an organ attached to them. And again, just like maybe I mentioned in the Bible, one body, but many members. It's a family, because these members, you got the stomach, it's a relative. You got the heart, the spleen, all these organs is different family members in this one body. Work together for one. That's Zoe, unity, harmony. So again, from a certain perspective, family. This is the first. When the first family. We pause in there because a lot of times the president of whatever. For example, the president of the United States and his wife and children, like Barack Obama, that was the first family. The president now, Biden, his wife, the first family. In church, the pastor and his wife, children, offspring, first family, that's the first family. However, I admit, say the first family is you. You are the first family. You are the first family. So now, how is this family operating? Is it operating as one, a unit? Is this family equally yoked? Just a rhetorical question. Feel free to, chime in if you want, or put a comment in the question. But yeah, the first family, the royal family. This is also a good time for the commercial for Friday night. This Friday night coming up, there will be a class, workshop, gathering. Coming together, fellowship, called the Art of Sovereign Living. This goes back to the first family. This is the first family. It's a royal family. It's a child of God. It's a child of God. Ideally, sovereign. Sovereign royalty. That's Friday night. A little bit different discussion. A little bit more direct with the law of the universe. So Sundays, you keep it a little bit more lighter. Just a little bit more lighter, right? So let's bring it back again. Start talking about the chakras. Let's get back to the family, right? The becoming of one, first family here. And just like with anything, this first family, the first family is right and tight, in harmony. And then the second family, and third family, and all the other families will be harmony. So that's a theory on that aspect from family, right? And so now we go from the unity piece. And we're going to tie the unity piece in about man should leave his mother and father, get a wife, they should come one. Family, then offspring, family, children, family, they operate as one. And then he also said, those who do the will, who's my mother, my brother, and my sister. Those who do the will of my Father. That's who that family is. So Yeshua also saying, those who those who seek first the kingdom of heaven, who seek first God. And seeking first is, which is on the inside, connecting with it and being obedient. So that's the first family. Well, that's what Yeshua said, his family. So personally, my person said this family is, it wouldn't even, he said we should do greater things. And so it may be looked at a little bit greater, maybe. When Yeshua said, those that do the will of my Father is my brother, my sister, and my mother. Master and chef, soul healer, and high priest is saying, any, every, and all things is my person's family, is its family. Because any and all things comes from source. To use Yeshua's terminology, it all comes from the Father. So if everybody and everything comes from the Father, my person sees it, everything and everybody is family. So now, how to use this is beneficial. Now, this is where it gets kind of maybe something sticky or icky. Because again, even though my person says everybody's family, it always has yes and no, yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. So how does the yes and no apply when we say everybody's family? Well, everybody's family, but that doesn't mean you're close family, baby. That's the caveat. Your family, but you may not be close family. So what does that look like? Well, use the analogy of the reunion quite a bit. Growing up, we used to have family reunions quite a bit. And we keep telling us starting again. And so we just hold the space. We start them again, even on a small level. And so the family reunions, even though people came from out of town, they came from high, they came from low, they came from far, they came from near. They just came. Not everyone came to the reunions. Whether it be a distance thing, too far to travel, not the time to take off, not in the schedule. Those things are more understandable because you would like to be there, and you may call or something like that, do a Zoom or FaceTime, what have you, during the reunion, during certain times, and just to maintain that connection. I'm there in spirit. I want to be there, but the obligations just will not allow. Then you have the other type that don't show up, type that feels and know that they're really not welcome, even though they're family. They burned so many bridges have been burned. That we're family, yet we really can't connect because there ain't no bridge there no more for whatever reason, And sometimes at the reunion they talk about these people, in the sense of from all extremes, oh, so and so, they did this, they did that. I hope they never bring their man. If I see them again, it'll be too soon. Some people like that. The other people like, well, they still family. We just love them from afar. They doing their thing. They out there. They out there. And usually referring to people probably in the streets that have the lifestyle that's the family doesn't agree. As far as maybe family values. A lifestyle that maybe some people may say, the family, the unit may say because of certain lifestyle choices, a certain way you use your free will, they may feel as though you bring shame to the family. And they don't want to argue, they don't want to ostracize you, your lifestyle. You're too out there, which y'all fit into. This is not the value, it's not the family values that we like to portray. So we're going to disassociate you from the family. We love you, but you because of what you do, we're not going to do it. So a family, that's how they operate. And that's Jonah speaking. Not as Jonah speaking. That's my person's take on family. As I said, everybody and everything. Based upon the wiring. The internal wiring. Based upon what we got from moms and pops. Both the matriarch and the patriarch side of the family through the genes, through the essence, through the gene, the natal gene, the kidney gene. So we get these energies, the report on the DNA from our lineage, that we come from the mother side and father side, that affects us and have that shapes us. Then we have our experiences. Well, actually, even before that, we have the essence of our parents. This is before we in the womb. We got that. When we come out the womb, we got the first breath, our natal chart, the time we experience the breath. Boom, power, y'all. And so we have these different situations in our birth chart, natal chart. Certain things as conjunctions and squares and things like that. And someone who's astute, well versed in astrology, is able to do astrology readings, can let you know where certain things will be challenging in life and where certain things will be easy, based upon the houses of the zodiac. For example, some people have ease with family life, brothers, sisters, siblings. Marriage is easy. Some people have challenge with family. Some people have ease with careers, jobs. Some people have challenges with jobs. Some people have ease with expressing themselves. Some people don't. So, again, based upon, part of it is based upon your houses, your zodiac. Part of it is based upon your matriarch, your patriarch, the DNA from your folks. Then there's also based upon your experiences, based upon your natal chart and based upon the, your people. How are you processing the experiences coming to you? So then you create your own based upon that. So there's a lot of variables that come into how and why we do what we do, when we do, how we do, why we do. All that just to say, we are uniquely wired, right, to express ourselves in a unique manner. And since all this family, those people, places, and things that really resonate with how my person is wired is close family. Those things that really do not resonate, like at the core resonate, is distant family. So, and there are degrees, because just as some things may resonate, very few things resonate at the core. Then some things get close, not so close, until you have vibrations such as maybe, for example, like a Donald Trump. My person says it's family, but there's no resonation. It doesn't. The core of my person does not move per se. But anything he does says, no, he's not close family. We come from the same source. So this is my person in a nutshell. If this makes any sense, Why I didn't come back a little bit was esoteric going out and come back. On the breaking down of my person's take on family. As always see, there's a family thing you wouldn't understand unless you understand. Right. So again, just to sum it up, personally, family is everybody and everything because it all came from source. And just agree that it resonates with the core of my person's being, which is why it is imperative for my person to stay cool, calm, and collected, to maintain the vibration of peace, you see, so that it becomes more aware of what resonates and what doesn't really resonate. Because generally speaking, in a state of excitement and emotional excitement and things like this, especially from the outside, even from the inside, there may be a little convolution, a little confusion as far as being at peace about something. So anyway, don't want to convolute or confuse the matter, because again, sometimes I've been told when speaking that my person physical being that you see here, is my person, is the vehicle that I, the soul, use to express its personality through. So yeah, my person has been told, again, the black sheep of the black sheep. So again, I don't want to go too far, but say again, everybody's family. Love y'all. Love everybody. Love everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And are there any announcements? Let's see. Well, this strong is pretty good. This probably happens maybe once a month. There's a chance for this to happen once a month, where yours truly will be sharing 4 times in the strong. And the 4 times are like personally sharing. There are events at the temple, like Saturday was community day. Very beautiful experience. Here, cleaning out some things, still in the sense of spring cleaning, a little micro dosing, just connecting with family and community. So it's a wonderful opportunity. If you're local here in the Washington, D.C. area, you're highly encouraged to check out Temple Mother Earth. If you're on the path, a journey of spiritual growth and personal development, as far as specifically fully manifesting or fully expressing the fullness of your divinity, of your allness, of your itness, just come on through, hang out for templemotherEarth.org is where you can find all of the updates, and we should be able to put this in the chat here, even though we've said it quite a bit. Every now and again, it's still good to just remind and make ease of access. templemotherEarth.org. I'm just going to put down I am it. .me. Also, we're still in the process of, getting the website to reflect fully, accurately what's going on. But it's enough there. It's enough there so you can definitely check out the I Admit site. And this is the personal site, soulhealing.org. So all those sites are there, the Soul Healer. Temple Mother Earth. So again, back to the strong announcements. Sunday today, here, Soulful Sundays, Moon Day, potluck, integration, more laid back, and just intimate discussion on integrating, integrating what's happening in our lives, where we are, where we're going, what we're doing, what we have, how we see ourselves, how others see ourselves, just making just clearing up some dichotomies and some areas that may not be making wholesome connections on this journey, integrating, embodying, integrating, whatever just come through and have a discussion. That's what I'm about. Emotional, mental, and spiritual healing at its best. And then on Tuesdays, you got Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, it's the new moon, self-healing using the zodiac. And basically, this full moon in May, they say, will be in Sagittarius. So Tuesday, we're going to just discuss briefly a little bit info on Sagittarius, so-called positive and so-called negative characteristics, the good and the bad, as they say, as well as the planet that governs, Sagittarius from the ancient tradition, Jupiter, and some other characteristics of Jupiter in and of itself, and its function, in our body, which is commonly resonated with the pineal gland, the sixth chakra, the brow, the first eye. We do a meditation, some breathing exercise, meditation, some sound, and having a bit of fun as we have fun, in learning. Again, discussing the intellect, the masculine, about the energies of the energies of the divine feminine to feel within the energies. So that's the self-healing in the zodiac. And then we have on Friday, the art of sovereign living. Again, living more in just straight no chaser, living more 420 friendly, just relax Friday night, using this portal of Venus, heterodolling, show creativity, creativity, artistry, to engage in the art of sovereign living. You see, so that's it. Getting the right ups out there on the side to the Mother Earth. Pretty soon we have all the events on soul healing as my person makes the transition. Being more in-house, bringing everything it has in-house to the temple as we set up shop here on our way to Jamaica. We'll be here a few years. Then we're off to the mountains of Jamaica, where we're going to really, to align ourselves more with the teleportation experience from the mountains of Jamaica. We out of here the Enoch way. So, again, just little reminders of my person's intentions, its journey, and its story. And stay tuned for updates. As my person will also stay tuned for updates from his family. Right on, right on. And as we close out, let's do we're gonna just do the drum for a bit here. Maybe take a few reverse osmosis. I'm gonna take a few deep breaths in drum, take a few deep breaths. We're just opening them now. And then we're gonna come out. So you must gonna do a little bit of drumming. Thanks, catch you guys later, one dimension or another. Enjoy all of your creations and the best of thoughts to you.